Just gotta remove the handguard here. Size 6 hex over here on this side. Hex bit up here was a size 5. The nut that was on below here was a size 10. So when you do take it off, just be careful. There's this collar that sits underneath. So when you take it off, it's gonna fall down. So just be prepared for that. Catch it. There's another collar right here as well that goes on the inside here. So both of these should be in the inside. So we're gonna need to remove that captured nut right here. It's a size 10 millimeter. For the top bolt here, it is a size 12 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on top of that and just wrench it out. It's captured by a nut down underneath here. So just be prepared to catch that. You don't want to drop that on the ground or worse in the bike. Now with that bolt removed, it should slide out easily. I'm just gonna make sure that everything looks the same. I don't want to mess up anything here. Alright, so just slide right out. There should be nothing else inside. Alrighty. Perfect. Just gonna clean that out, grease it up again. And clean those areas as well too, and possibly up there as well. The grease that I'm using is going to be the Bel-Ray waterproof grease. I have lubed this up with grease right at this spot right here, and I lubed a little bit on this face and also on the other side, and just because it's going to be metal in contact at the bottom side and at the top section there. But basically when you put it back, you're going to want to put that rod inside this hole right there. That piece there, it can slide left and right. So when you put it in here at first, you gotta like line that up in that hole like I mentioned before. So you gotta use one finger to push that to the right or to the left side of the bike. Wiggle it a little bit. Now you got the hole lined up. So I put the bolt in there. Just want to make sure that it's not cross threaded. That would be the worst. So there was little resistance to it, so as you can see I'm just using 2 fingers. So got that in there. What would be good right now is to take that nut that was underneath there. Use 2 hands again. One hand to hold the nut underneath. That thread, the thread that will be coming out of there, and then another hand to just wrench that down so that way the screw and the bolt are together. Washer underneath, nut to capture that side. This bottom side. This here's again, this collar is gonna go underneath there. This bolt goes on top, just like that. Alright, so I tightened this down to where it was snug and just tighten it maybe a quarter of a turn. It doesn't have to be that tight. It wasn't tight that hard to take off last time, so don't put too much torque on that. And now I just have the 10 millimeter socket to grab that nut to tighten that down over there a little bit. Again, this wasn't torqued that tight either, so alright, so it's tight, turn, perfect. The easiest way that I found out to put this handguard back on, because you gotta kind of make sure this stuff doesn't fall apart. These collars in here doesn't fall because this collar goes underneath. Alright, and there's also another collar in here as well. You kind of see that right there, that's sticking out. So what I did first was I put the collars on the table first, and then came over here, just tightened it down just slightly, just the way it doesn't come out. And then I kind of rotated it downward like that, and fitted the bottom side to that bolt. Where's that bolt? To that bolt right here first. So the bottom section goes here first, and then I kind of wrapped it around and let that collar sit right on top of this. Alright, so I got that little tighten down there. I got that piece right in here. Alright, and then I came up to the top, fitted that collar underneath there. Alright, so now I'm just gonna hand tighten this. Okay, that's snug. And then I'll throw the washer and the nut underneath here. Just always double check it before you go out for a ride. So just gonna turn it on. Ready. Just want to check the brakes. Alright, check the brakes back here. Alright, it's working. Perfect. Alrighty.